Good evening. I'm going to talk to you all about why some narcissistic people, most if not all, are okay with losing a good husband or a good wife, right? I was one of those people, and it hurt my wife, my ex-wife, it hurt my ex-girlfriends. Narcissistic people are okay with losing good people, and here's why. They don't allow themselves to see you as a wife or a husband. Their vision is clouded, and it comes from their childhood, a grown child wound, which is what I have. Narcissistic people have a grown child wound, and I'll talk about that. This is part one. Psychologists say that you shouldn't ask about a person's past. Well, I don't agree with that, and I've read it a couple of times, and they say that why, but this is the reason why you should ask about a person's past, because if not, you're going to repeat it with that person that has a grown child wound. You're going to repeat it. You're going to be it's not going to be your fault when they hurt you, when they harm you. But if you don't know where they're coming from, you'll never know where they're going. This grown child wound is dealing with possibly 200 years of trauma, drama, hatred, fear, abandonment, divorce, untreated PTSD, untreated narcissism. So you're dealing with somebody that you cannot fix yet. A lot of people try their best to fix this person or help this person. Helping and trying to fix them initially is a good thing. It's a natural thing for you. But you're talking about 200 years of untreated illness, mental illness that you cannot fix. They had to want to fix it. They have to go into therapy. They have to fix it. And they have to be willing to come out of therapy and implement what they learned in therapy. I was one of those people, At 11 years old, I went to court with my dad. At 13 years old, I went to court with my dad. My parents got divorced. My mom never showed up, so I felt like we were discarded. That's that grown child wound, right? And so from 11 on, I saw women through an 11-year-old's eyes. I heard women through an 11-year-old's ears. I spoke to women through an 11-year-old's mouth. I felt women through an 11-year-old's heart, because my growth and development when it came to marriage and family stopped at 11 years old. Went to court and the judge yelled at me, yelled at my sister, yelled at my dad. Who do you want to live with? I wanted to live with both my parents, but he kept saying, you can't live with your parents. And I was like, I want to live with both my parents. I was a little kid. You can't live with both your parents. They're getting divorced. Make a decision now. And he banged on the table. And from that point on, I hated lawyers. I hated divorce. I hated divorce court. I didn't want to have family, because this is what family leads me to. I didn't want any parts of it. So I saw all the women in my future through an 11-year-old's eyes. I talked to them through an 11-year-old's mouth. I felt them through my 11-year-old heart. And it wasn't anything good about it. If you don't know their past, that young child will haunt you. That young child will devastate you. That young child will blame you. That young child will accuse you of everything, because you remind him or her of their parent that broke up their home as a child. That was my mindset from 11 up into my mid 40s. So I didn't value marriage. I didn't value family, because it was stripped of me. And that's part of the discard. So as I got older, it was okay for me to discard women, because I had a grown child wound, a GCW, And so it's like, narcissistic people, when they want to get married, when they think about getting married, they see marriage as hard work. They don't see marriage as hard work, as connecting with our hearts. They see marriage as something that they can't do, something that they can't commit to. They see marriage as a struggle. They see marriage through for me, my 11-year-old eyes. That's what I saw as marriage. I didn't see marriage as holy matrimony, being committed, being loving, being caring. I saw marriage as a broken thing for a broken family into a broken child. Narcissistic people see marriage as not having, supposed to have staying power, supposed to have longevity, commitment. They don't see marriage as something easy and something that they need to do, because they're constantly running away from it. I started running as a child, and I never stopped running. Why did I get married? Because I was greedy. Narcissistic people are greedy. They see something they like, and they got other women, or if she's narcissistic like me and she has other men, she's going to want that guy too, or he's going to want that woman too. So my wife was pretty educated, didn't have any kids, didn't smoke, drink, or fight or argue. And so I was dating other women, but I'm like, I want her too, And so I was greedy, and I didn't want anybody else to have her. I was very unfair, and I made her miss out on great men that were much better than me when we got married, And so narcissistic people see marriage as having to be mature, having to submit. Submit means to open your heart to your partner, being fair, being casual, being understanding. Submitting is not cowering down, you're not giving up your power, but narcissistic people see it as something negative from their grown child wound as a child. Divorce caused my grown child wound. It did. And so 31 years after my parents got divorced, I too got divorced in the same month, December of 2007. Narcissistic people have a fear of being left alone. They have a fear of not feeling like they're going to be good enough for their partner. And so they hide things, they suppress things. And then when they try to get married, to try to do the right thing, it falls apart. And so that's what happened to me. But narcissistic people, their vision is clouded. That's why they walk away from good wives and good husbands, because they don't see you as a wife. They don't see, the female doesn't see you as a husband, because they can't relate to that based on their childhood wound, based on the divorce as a child. All right, y'all have a great day.